Atlas, the robot that once stunned the world with parkour jumps, now not only flips around but has something far more important, a brain. Meanwhile, in the US, another robot is learning to walk through obstacles just like humans. China has unveiled a humanoid standing 5'11", while South Korea created a robot as graceful as a dancer. Taiwan took the pragmatic route, putting robots on wheels to roll straight into factories. The humanoid race is heating up day by day. But who is actually in the lead? And more importantly, how will all of this affect our lives? Let me break it down. Boston Dynamics once again made the tech community tip its hat when it announced a major leap for Atlas. The robot we used to know only for parkour and acrobatics now has a brain. They call it the Large Behavior Model. LBM before teaching Atlas a new move took engineers weeks, even months, writing meticulous lines of code. Now, with just one demo, Atlas can pick it up instantly. In the demo, it walks, bends, picks up, arranges, and even adjusts itself when researchers suddenly prank it. What impressed me most is this: the arms and legs are no longer separate, but controlled as one unified body. It doesn't look like a stitched machine anymore, but acts like a living being. This is truly a turning point, because if robots can learn quickly from examples, deployment costs in real life will drop dramatically. But on the other hand, I can't help but ask, when a machine can learn this fast, how do we control what it learns? If Atlas amazes with finesse, then Figure shocks with survival. This startup developed a controller called Helix, and what they showed really made me stop and watch until the end. In the video, the Figure 02 robot walks through a series of challenges, stepping up curbs, hitting potholes, tripping over wood pallets, walking across wobbly planks, even crushing a fluorescent bulb underfoot. The point is, it never falls. It just stumbles a bit, then balances itself and keeps walking like nothing happened. And here's the part that gave me chills. It did all of this completely blind. The cameras were off, meaning it couldn't see, only relying on motor sensors and balance control to move. The mechanism behind this is reinforcement learning. Every stumble, every wobble is a lesson. Over time, Figure gets better and better, to the point where, in some cases, it even outperforms humans. Personally, I see Atlas as a performance athlete. While Figure is a true streetwalker, it can survive in chaotic, unpredictable environments, just like the real world we face every day. And I believe this is the most crucial foundation for robots to step out of the lab and truly integrate into human society. While the US and Japan showcase sophisticated robots, China isn't sitting still. Unitry, known for bipedal robots, is teasing a brand new humanoid 5'11" tall with 31 flexible joints. That number may sound like just specs, but it means a lot. 31 joints means more refined movement, from walking to hip turns to swinging arms. In other words, Unitry is trying to make a robot not just shaped like a human, but moving with human flair. Of course, no official launch date yet, but looking at their pass speed from R1 to G1, they move extremely fast, sometimes shocking the world. China already made the US wary with drones and surveillance AI. Now, humanoids could become another tech card in their global strategy. Personally, I think Unitry is racing ahead to secure its spot, but racing ahead also risks skipping durability, safety, the refinement a humanoid really needs. This is both their strength and weakness. They might launch first, but can it truly survive outside the showroom, or will it just stop at a demo? Amid the race for power and speed, South Korea chose a completely different path. Robotics just unveiled Helix, a humanoid not focused on muscle, but finesse. Helix can sense a touch as light as 100 grams, like putting a finger on a sheet of paper. But when needed, it can generate finger force up to 40 newtons, strong enough to grip objects securely. What impressed me is the ultralight design. The hand weighs just 700 grams, the whole arm from shoulder down about 11 pounds, yet it can lift over 6 pounds with one arm. This strength-to-weight ratio beats many industrial robots weighing several times more. But more importantly, Helix is built to touch humans. It can support a patient losing balance, feed an elderly person, or assist in medical settings where safety and grace are paramount. Personally, I love this philosophy. Not every household needs a robot that can lift 90 pounds, but a robot that interacts gently, safely, precisely. That's the real need of society today, especially as the global population ages fast. Alex proves humanoids aren't just about brute force, but can be everyday companions, while the world obsesses over tall bipedal humanoids. Taiwan is taking another route. Techman, famous for collaborative factory robots, just unveiled the TM Explore 2. Its special trait: it doesn't walk on legs, it's mounted on wheels. Many might find it less appealing, less human than Atlas or Figure, but from a practical lens, wheels mean stability, lower cost, and immediate application in industrial environments. Inside, the TM Explore 2 runs on an Nvidia Jetson Orin chip, allowing AI processing directly on the robot. This means it can recognize, analyze, and make decisions in real time without relying entirely on servers or the cloud. Personally, I think Techman is pretty smart. They're not chasing the spotlight, not trying to prove robots must look exactly like humans. Instead, they built a tool that's truly useful for factories, hospitals, and production lines. Maybe it's not sexy, maybe it won't go viral in the media, but it has the chance to make money sooner than all its competitors. And sometimes, that very practicality is what decides who survives the longest. In the global humanoid race, looking at these 5 names, we see a very colorful picture of humanoids. Atlas is like an all-around athlete, strong, agile, now with a brain to learn new skills after just one observation. Figure is more like a real-world survivor, not flashy but tough enough to walk through every obstacle and stay standing. Even when its eyes are turned off, Unitry is proof of China's national ambition, building a tall humanoid with many joints, racing ahead to cement technological power. Alex from South Korea is soft and graceful like a dancer, light, flexible, ready to catch your arm when you stumble. And finally, Techman from Taiwan, not chasing glamour, but choosing practicality, creating an AI worker ready to roll into the factory today. So in the next 5 to 10 years, who will enter our daily lives first? From my personal view, Techman will commercialize the fastest, because they aim straight at real business needs. Alex could become a companion in healthcare and elderly care, a market more urgent than ever. Figure, with its survival skills, will pave the way for robots on construction sites, in warehouses, in chaotic environments people can't always predict. Atlas will remain the high-end lab platform to test the hardest challenges. But to hit the market, I think they'll need more time, especially with energy and cost problems. As for Unitry, with China's speed and resources, they might launch quickly. But will it be durable, safe, and trustworthy enough for mass use? That question is still unanswered. And finally, maybe the most important thing isn't who wins or loses, but this: humanoids are really stepping out of the lab and into our world. They could become medical assistants, factory workers, family companions, but at the same time raise countless questions about jobs, ethics, and even security. I believe the humanoid era is only just beginning, and the road ahead will hold plenty of surprises. The question for you is, if one day a humanoid knocks on your door, would you want it to be a helping friend, or would you fear it as a watcher? Share your thoughts in the comments. I truly want to hear your perspective.